So one of the most common questions that you're going to get is, how do we get data, massive amounts of data, into this storage account or out of the storage account? So if we go into the Storage Explorer, as we uploaded a single file from our computer using this web browser. Certainly it's not the ideal way to move files. I mean, this is interesting and it's easy to do, but if you really had a lot of files that you wanted to move, terabytes and multiple terabytes of files, your web browser is not a very good way to do that. The way that Azure handles massive amounts of data is called an import or export job. If we go back home into all services, we can actually just scroll down, so there's a big list of services, into the storage section of all services, and you'll see import export jobs under storage. Let's go into there. Now, I don't have any import or export jobs, but I can certainly create one. So let's start with an export job. That's like maybe the easier one to explain. Let's imagine that we had a massive amount of data in our Blob account and we wanted to just sort of download all. We want to download all the files from our storage account. We're going to fire that off as a job. Okay. Use my existing subscription, and this job is going to exist in a resource group, so I'm just going to choose the existing resource group. Now we do need to choose the data and the destination, so choose the storage account. Now, one thing you're going to notice is that this screen only supports storage account version 1. So we created a storage account v2, but the import export does not support v2 in this portal. So I created a v1 storage account and I called it another new. Okay, it's going to basically be a brand new thing. I want to export all the data in from that storage account. Now Microsoft's going to then take this data, it's going to put it onto a hard disk, a data box, and it's going to ship it to me. So basically I'm going to choose FedEx. I'm going to enter my FedEx business account number, my personal details, street address, etc. And basically I can get this hard drive to me through the postal service. Finally, once I'm done with it, Microsoft's going to export the data, put it onto this disk, FedEx it to me. I'm going to receive it. I'm going to be able to copy that data from the hard disk into my environment, and I'm going to have to basically ship their box back. Okay, so this is called Azure Data Box. Let me just Azure Data Box. There are many different sizes and capacities and styles of the Azure Data Box. Everything from, this is a 100 terabyte option. There's a single disk up to 8 terabyte, and you can get 5 of them up to 40 terabytes. And finally, they've got this massive storage container. It's got wheels. It has up to 1 petabyte of data. Okay, so you basically, Microsoft will ship this to you. You get your data off of it, and then you ship it back to them. Now the same is true in reverse. Okay, if I go out of this, I'm going to cancel my job. If I was to create an import job, I'm going to give it a name. So import data. It's going to, the job itself exists within a resource group. And the thing is, I need to prepare what's called a journal file. Now this import export tool is called WA import export v1. Okay, I have a link here, so we can download this tool. This tool prepares your hard disk in your local environment for uploading to Azure through this data box service. So you have to download this software, you have to run it, and it's going to generate what's called a journal file. And so you're going to upload the journal file into here. Okay, it's going to then know what data that you want. Again, you can choose your import destination. It only supports storage account v1 in this instance, and then it's basically they're going to ship me out an empty data box, and I'm going to upload my data into it, and then I'm going to ship it back to them, and then Microsoft's going to take the data, it's going to put it into the storage account as I requested, and then notify us that the data is ready. Okay, so the WA import-export software is required in order to prepare your local files to be uploaded. So this is basically when you've got data that's so big that 5 terabytes, 8 terabytes, you don't want to use your browser to upload it, then you're going to basically ship hard disks through FedEx.